Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. I am back in the Smokies doing the Rich Mountain Loop, starting at the Indian Grave Gap Trailhead, which is on Rich Mountain Road. You can get here by going through Cades Cove. It's really the only way because it is a one-way. Rich Mountain Road is a one-way, and it's only open seasonally, so it closes in the winter. I'm not really sure the dates. I think you can go on the National Park Service website and find out exactly when the dates of it will be closed. And that's why I went ahead and started here today, because with it being October, I'm sure it closes probably in November or maybe the first snowfall. I'm not really sure. I've got some of the Rich Mountain Loop and I didn't have this arm, so I wanted to get this one taken care of. I'm about a mile in, almost a mile in. It's been uphill the whole way, but it has been a pretty pleasant uphill, especially on a cool fall day. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's a little bit of mist hanging, and it just makes everything look kind of silverish. All right, here we are to the next trail junction. I will need to come back and pick up that 2.3 miles of Rich Mountain Trail. And this continues on the Indian Grave Gap Trail. I will meet Crooked Arm Ridge in 1.8. And from there, for the next, I think it's like 2.5 miles maybe, that is familiar. I've already done it before. I just met another man on trail who is from Georgia, and he is hiking the Appalachian Trail starting in March of next year. So of course I had to stop and talk to him for a while. I'm making good time, so I thought, I have the time. He told me that there have been bear sightings on this trail this morning, so I don't anticipate it. I think it's right at the time of day where they're going to go off taking naps. Could be wrong. If I am wrong, I hope I can get it on video for you. So I still have not quite gotten to the next junction. It's about a half a mile away. At that one, I'm not real hungry, but I know I probably need to get some food in me, so I may stop and take a little bit of a break. After that, it's all downhill, and it's a really steep downhill. So we will see. I thought this was a really pretty part of the trail. Very peaceful. For those of you who are interested in hiking the Smoky Mountain 900 miler and you want to complete your map, if you haven't already, I highly recommend you going to the website for the Smoky Mountain 900 Miler Club. And I think it's something like SmokyMountain900miler.org. They offer a PDF file and an Excel spreadsheet that helps keep you on track and honest about completing all the trails. It breaks down each trail into each segment. So when I show you the junction, I probably should have mentioned this before now, but when I show you the junction, that is from wherever I came to wherever I am at, shows you how many miles that is. And then from there to the next point, so that you can plan and you can document. it's just very helpful. As I've been talking to those who've completed their maps, they do mention that some of the trails sneak up on you and you're like, well, I think I did that, but I didn't. Keeping up with that spreadsheet will tell you for sure whether or not you did or did not. It is so helpful to use that and use it as a planning resource, because those are really the official miles. And when I post on my vlogs at the end how many miles I did, the total is from my GPS watch. I use a Garmin Instinct Solar, and I believe by all accounts it is accurate because it is GPS. I get both my mileage and my elevation gain off of it, and that is a total elevation gain. So even if I just go up a small hill, that counts, and then I go back down, I go up, that counts. And then I put my 900 miler miles, and that I get from the Excel spreadsheet. And that's the whole reason I started this channel and I started vlogging, was so that I could document it in more than one place, because that's kind of how I roll. And just like that, we are finally to the next junction. Okay, we are going down Crooked Arm Bridge Trail. This looks like it concludes the Indian Grave Gap Trail section. So now we're going on Crooked Arm Ridge. This section I will have already hiked. I believe that there are a couple views coming up. And then hopefully there's a waterfall I can record here in just a little bit. So Scott Mountain Trail is still currently closed. Actually, I'll get a good view of that there for you. It's been closed for years. I think a tornado came through and did a lot of damage, and for some reason they just haven't gotten it cleared, or maybe just decided they didn't want to maintain it anymore. It is on the park boundary, so. I don't know if you can see that or not. At the bear having some lunch. I hope you can hear it. He doesn't care one iota that I'm down here. I heard his chomping. That's how I knew he was up there. I sure hope you can hear that. Okay. That was less than maybe 2 to 3/10 of a mile from the last trail junction. Not only people around my hometown or my area in southwest Indiana who show trails, but the Smokies also, because I've always hiked in the Smokies, or at least my adult life. But also that's when I started watching hikers who thru hike the AT. It's very enjoyable to me, and that is a little different than looking for a specific hike. That is more of like you're watching someone's. Oh my god, do you see him? I've come across him. This is his trail, not mine. And I need to let him know I'm not going to bother him, but that I can fight him if I need to. He's still young, maybe older than a yearling. That's the first bear I've come upon actually on trail. I'm keeping my eye on him, but behind me too, because I hear noises behind me, but I don't see anything behind me. I really surprised him. And luckily, I don't have any poop in me to go out. Oh, I might have to edit that. That was rather crude, but that's how I feel right now. I am so glad I got that on camera. I can't believe I did. I'm not moving because he's still lazily going up the trail, and I don't want to cause a problem for him. He's just moseying on. Oh my God, there are cubs. Holy shit. That bear is not big enough to have babies. All right, bear. I'm going to leave you alone. I don't think I got the cubs scurrying up. They didn't seem that small. There was 2 of them at least. I guess that could be a mama, but she's tiny if she is. There's a bear! I'm coming down the trail. He just got off trail, or she, because there's 2 cubs. So I'm kind of stopped in my tracks around the corner. I think she just heard you. Okay, I'm going to put this away so I can make sure I'm safe and the people coming up are safe. Okay, that was a little scary. So there were people coming up the mountain. There were 4 of them. And I could hear them, which is, I think that's where I left off. I don't even remember what I was saying when I saw that bear. And so I put this away. I raised my poles and I hollered at them to stay where they were because I knew that it turned. I knew there was a curve there, and I was afraid if the bear, I guess it was a mama bear, if she saw them coming towards her that way, that she might run down toward me. When I put the camera away, I slowly backed up, but I had my poles raised. I talked to the bear, and then I don't know what finally made her do her little bluff charge. Well, I do know her cubs they came back down the tree, but before they came all the way down the tree, she was making her way up, as you saw, and then at some point she just turned and she started like trotting down the trail at me and did the little, I didn't hear the popping of her jaw, I'm sure she was, but the stomping and the woof, woof sound that they make. And I got loud, I got bigger. I might have peed a little. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be humorous, but my heart is still in my throat and I'm not saying things properly, so please excuse me. So they're talking back to me, like asking me questions, and I'm like, just please don't move. And they said they didn't. When I finally got around to, they said they didn't move. So I think it was just that maybe her instinct knew that her cubs were coming back down. They were going to try to scurry away, and so she just wanted to make sure I wasn't following after her. But that's the first time that I've ever had one on trail, like directly on trail. And then several months ago, the one, I heard her, but she didn't come after me like that one did. And when I say come after, you saw she was probably 30 feet up on the trail, and then she kind of kept to that same distance when she went up the hill. So she only came down about 10 feet, but it was enough for me to pull my trekking pole up. I was going to kill her if I had to. I'm so glad I didn't have to do anything, pull anything out, or, you know, I don't carry bear spray because I just think that would hurt me more than hurt them. And now that I've kind of been through that, I was more hyper aware than I thought I would be. So maybe bear spray isn't a bad. I just keep thinking that now everything I hear is a bear. I keep thinking that I'm going to, you know, accidentally spray myself or spray it to where I can't get away from it. And then, but I did remain pretty hyper aware, I feel like. And I was making sure nothing was behind me at the same time. So when she bluff charged me, I got bigger. I did not back up at that point. I think I knew, because I've done enough research. I have had bear encounters. I am as educated as I can be. And I knew instinctively what she was doing. So I didn't back up. I got bigger. I got louder. I clicked my poles harder. And then when that's all she did, and then she just stayed there when she stopped, then I slowly backed up, and then I clicked my poles. I continued to be loud. I continued to talk. And then she just stood there. I don't know. It wasn't super long, less than a minute. And then her cubs came down the tree. They came the rest of the way down the tree. And then they scurried up along that ridge that she finally turned around and very slowly went up. I think she was letting me know she'd cut me if I got close. So okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm still shaking. So she went up slowly, and once I lost sight of her over what appeared to be a ridge, I kept my poles up. I kept, talking to her, and then I at first slowly went just in case she popped around, and I scared her by coming down the trail. But then once I got past where I last saw her, then I booked it. And as soon as I went around the corner, I saw the 4 people about, 100 feet down the trail. I'm so glad I heard them talking. That could have been a bad situation. That could have been a bad situation. But everybody did what they were supposed to do, bear and human, and we all got out safe. Hi. Hi, pretty. Hi. Are you hiking? Well, I don't want to get too close. I thought you would leave by now. This is the day for wildlife. My goodness. But I don't have time for this. Oh, now she needs to eat. I gotta get going, girl. I gotta get back to my car before it gets too dark. Are you okay if I pass you? Can I pass? I don't think she wants to move. There must be some good eats right there. I'm gonna come a little closer. Can I come closer? Hi. Yes. Pretty girl. Okay. We are at 5.6 miles. And I keep getting slowed down. Eventually, I will get back to my car. But sweetie, I need to go. Can I get past you? Can I get past you? Ah, thank you, sweetie. You were a very pleasant encounter. I have reached the next junction, which, if you take a left coming up here, you will go back to Caves Cove near the parking area where you park right alongside the road right before it starts one way. If you go to the right here, first off, that's where I came from. Ridge Trail. To the right, you head back to the trail. Alrighty, I made it back to my last junction of the day. This is where this is the first junction of the day as well. So that ends the Ridge Mountain Loop. That's the direction I went this morning. I'll show you the sign. And to the right here is the direction I'm going back to my car. It's going to be a pretty easy 1.1 mile, which is good. Those last 3 miles were long, but that's just because it's uphill. And I do agree with the majority who say it's best to do the Ridge Mountain Loop clockwise, because I think Crooked Arm Trail is steeper and doesn't offer you brakes, whereas coming up the Ridge Mountain Loop, it's steep, but there are brakes, there are switchbacks, and it's just not that bad. I am approaching the trailhead. That's Stella in the distance. I'm happy to see her and everything she has inside, including cold water and different shoes. This was actually a great trail. A good starter trail if you're just now starting on your map. I don't think it's a good starting, like a beginner hiker trail necessarily, unless, you know, you're prepared.